So Watch Dogs 3 was announced at E3 and was one of the only 3 good things there. Okay, I'm over exaggerating a bit. There were actually 5. And this serves Watch Dogs all the better by giving the game some needed attention after Watch Dogs 1 disappointed people and no one bought Watch Dogs 2. Which is a real shame because Watch Dogs 2 is one of the funnest open world games I've played this generation. Its vibrant open world and interactive hacking create a feeling of almost limitless fun. I really enjoyed the days I spent trying to platinum this game. So when Watch Dogs 3 was shown off, I thought I'd head back into the series and try to platinum the first game. And I gotta say, going back was painful. When the game first came out, I was a heavy supporter of it, and thought the game was only getting bashed on so hard because it was overhyped. I am not a supporter anymore. And I know that my view of the game might have been affected because I played the sequel so much, but a good game should stand the test of time, even with any improvements the sequel makes. This is not a good game. Let me start with the story, since that's the thing I have the least to say about, and they don't matter too much for either of these games, but for completely different reasons. Watch Dogs 2 is about this goofball Marcus and his hacker friends going around helping people. It has its moments, but the story obviously doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's not a bad thing. Watch Dogs 1 on the other hand takes itself way too seriously. You play as this dude, Aiden Pierce, and his niece died, so he becomes a vigilante and beats up criminals. Something about gang and sex slave market. Something about this dickhead, Damien something. I don't care. The whole game feels like a bland Ion television show my mom watches when she's bored. It's not bad per se. There is clearly some thought and effort put into it, but it's so flavorless and boring it's impossible to care. Okay, next, gameplay. The driving in both games are kind of choppy, but it's fine, I guess. Same with shooting, it's just fine, but shooting doesn't matter a lot since this is mostly a stealth game, and the main mechanic is supposed to be hacking. Now, when Watch Dogs was first announced, hacking was presented as this game-changing mechanic where you could interact and manipulate the open world. It was not that. It was a side gimmick, and people were understandably pissed. But the sad thing is, with Watch Dogs 2, that's more or less what we got. With the tools you're given and the way the world is designed, the city and the people in it are at your will. In Watch Dogs 1, I can open and close a door. So what I did here was hack into this guy's account, stole his money, got some gang members on him, and then once they got there, I called the police on another guy. Then all 3 groups met up and started a huge gunfight, while me and this other guy are over here messing with them on a building. I can raise and lower the street blockers, and once everyone is dead, I just walk in and go about my business. I can make this sign do... Actually, I don't know what I just did. With the first game, it acts like a basic gimmick to a pretty basic game, where with Watch Dogs 2, it's the main mechanic to a stealth game with tons of fun variety. The funnest thing I can do in the first game is mess with the traffic lights and cause some accidents, and then cause a blackout, and makes everything kind of look cool. I could be playing Roblox. Alright, last thing is the setting, and I want to start this by having you guys look at the city of Watch Dogs 1. It looks nice, right? Bright lights, nice buildings, good design. It's a pretty good looking city. But what makes it special? What gives it its own identity from any other big city? Take for example any Grand Theft Auto game, which uses multiple sections of the city to design and express multiple factions and aspects of American life. The dirty, cluttered, claustrophobic streets of Liberty City. Sleeping Dogs Hong Kong, which expresses a different part of the city's culture around every corner. The warm, tropical aesthetic, yet advanced city of San Francisco in Watch Dogs 2. What makes Chicago special in Watch Dogs 1? What makes it unique? The story? Shit, the hacking? I like to think of Watch Dogs like a sandwich. I ate it, and I didn't see anything missing or I wasn't disappointed by it. It was alright. I come back about 3 years later, buy the same sandwich, and I discover after trying better sandwiches that, hey, this tastes like garbage. But hey, if you also didn't like that sandwich, try the sequel sandwich. I promise, it's like 10 times better. And there's also a third sandwich coming out. And I don't know if it'll be as good as the second one was, but it looks interesting. So watch out for it. All puns intended.